seeing things and then rushing. This guy is clearly thoughtful about it, and he says tradition hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked here, right? So he's thinking. I get George's part. The risk is that it's probably going to be a guy who's an assistant GM with another team, so it will still, the front office of this team will have a lack of experience at the NHL level. That's probably the reality. But you can have success by not having experience here. They're thoughtful hockey guys.
Yeah.
You know, they're not strangers to the game. They've redone the analytics department. They're going to redo the scouting staff. What's happened here for decades has been a nightmare.
Yeah.
Right? So somebody's thinking outside the box and changing it up. It might be scary, but I think it's what this organization needs. And I think it was kind of refreshing. He's not telling us everything, which is good. I'm tired of, I don't know, I'm just thinking Brian Burke's trying to rush things and saying we're going to do this. We have somebody who's thoughtful, and he's thinking outside the box, and to me, that's a good thing.
And you know, I agree with you, because everybody's promised and not delivered. You know, no one's promising anything anymore, which is what I like. Do you know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that Brendan Shanahan said, hey, listen, you know what? Improve from what you're saying. There's no timeline. He didn't get up there and go, we're going to trade for the number one pick, and we're going to get the number one pick. Do you remember that when Tavares was in the draft?
Right.
And Burke promised, this is what we're going to do. We're going to trade and get Tavares. Wasn't a sniff. Didn't hear anything of it. We're going to be the best team in the NHL in the next 5 years. I've got my eye on the Stanley Cup in the next 3 to 5 years. Nothing. Not even a playoff berth, for Christ's sake.
And there's no excuses yesterday. There's no cop-outs. We're not blaming. He says we're not blaming the media. You know, we're not taking any shortcuts.
We weren't combined minus 130.
Right, but that's not all Shannon. Shannon got here a year ago. This is not Shannon's time, as we said yesterday on the show, starts now. It really does, right?
I'm totally okay with the rebuild, but I'm just not sure how they're approaching this, because when you look at all the top teams in the NHL, they all have the general manager who makes the final decision. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yesterday when Hockey Central / Brayden Walker first broke the story, when Maple Leafs, when they fired Randy Carlyle, they were great. They were winning a couple games here, losing a couple games here, until they brought Pierre Horchak, and I was like, why bring in this guy? What has he done in the NHL to actually take a Toronto Leafs team and turn them around? Well, they won like one big road game. They had this 11-game losing streak. The guy, he got fired. Danos, his time, he was general manager of Vancouver, now, and was Toronto. It was a great team. He pulled every hockey move in the book. But to have guys like Kadri, who my hasn't really produced anything, because he should have played for the beating. Maybe with now a new clean slate, maybe next year Strongman release whoever's still with the team next year through the drafts. Maybe to get their ducks in a row.
Right, Detroit is Ken Holland, and Los Angeles is Dean Lombardi, and he has all these guys who are helping him, but there's the guy who makes the decisions. So now we know Brendan Shanahan's making the decisions.
Yeah, he's
just right, and he could be completely qualified to make those. But you know, Dean, only time will tell. But he came to this job working at being a player, winning Stanley Cups, being successful, gold medalist, blah blah blah. Works for the NHL, comes here. Is he able to? The clock is you're right. But I just don't like that you're going to ask. And what I gathered from yesterday is he doesn't want that big time GM to come in here and because they want kind of like a brain trust, which is fine. But will it work?
And
we'll see.
You know what? Dean Lombardi, Ken Holland, some of the best GMs, top hockey guys, they didn't have GM titles before they got to where they are. Right?
Yeah.
So Shanahan could be the next one, and whoever is GM.
He could be a wonder kid.
But he keeps saying he's not the GM.
Right. And that's
He's the GM's boss.
And he kind of is.
And he kind of
I just don't know what the GM's going to do. Like, what are you going to do? Make this call for me. Go get me a coffee. Maybe he's a coffee runner. Enzo, you're on Sportsnet at 5-9 in the morning.
You just missed me.